In this video, I'm gonna give you 6 reasons why I love the Canon 135mm f2 lens and why it is perhaps my favorite portrait lens of all time. So I did another video earlier about 135mm f2 lenses in general and why I think they are such good portrait lenses, but in this video I want to focus on the Canon lens, which I think is perhaps the most bang for your buck that you could get when you purchase such a lens. First of all, reason number 1 why I love this lens so much is it is very, very lightweight. It is 750 grams, and yeah, that's quite a lot for a lens, but if you compare it to all other 135mm f2 lenses, it is actually lightweight. The Sigma and the Sony G Master, for example, they both weigh in at around a kilo, so this one is considerably more lightweight. And by the way, it is perfectly possible to use this lens on a Sony camera with a Metabones adapter. I have used it a lot on my Sony a7 III camera with Metabones, and the autofocus works great. Of course it misses sometimes, but I think that happens even with a native lens, so it's not an issue at all. And of course it works even better or just as good on a real Canon camera. This is how it looks on a Canon 5D Mark II, and it balances nicely, and yeah, it's lightweight and never a burden to carry around for a while. So that was reason number 1 why I love this lens so much. Reason number 2 is it is extremely sharp. And I think this is something that is probably innate to 135mm lenses in general. All of them seem to be very, very sharp. For some reason it seems like this kind of lens construction is easier to do, to get it really sharp, I don't know. But it's not, doesn't detract from the joyful feeling you get when you inspect photos taken with this lens and see how incredibly sharp they are. Yeah, just have a look at some of these photos and judge for yourself. And what's nice is it is of course extremely sharp wide open. Well, I mean that is what you typically shoot these lenses at f2, and yeah, super sharp. Reason number 3 why I love the Canon 135mm f2 lens so much is it is actually pretty affordable. This is the best bang for your buck you can get if you're looking for a 135mm f2 lens and if you want autofocus. Of course the Samyang is a little bit cheaper, but the Canon you can get it for around $1,000 new or as little as $550 used. I bought mine for $600 and it is in mint condition, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. And if you compare it to the other lenses on the market, for example the Sigma or the Sony G Master, they are between $1,500 and $2,000 new. So it's quite a difference in price, and the difference in image quality is hard to notice. So you really get a lot for your money if you buy the Canon version. So reason number 4 why I love the Canon 135mm f2 lens so much is it's bokeh-licious, of course. That is why you buy a 135mm lens in the first place. Have a look at these photos and tell me you don't love the look of them, the bokeh. I think actually this is why I prefer 135mm lenses over 85mm lenses as portrait primes. There is something about the look, there is something about the bokeh that is just so nice and so enjoyable, and so yeah, I just love it. And in times like these, it's such a great thing that you will have to keep some distance between you and the subject. Yeah, just great. Reason number 5 why I love the Canon 135mm f2 lens so much. It is extremely well built. It's high quality. Like most Canon L lenses, it is built like a tank, and it would probably hold up pretty well if it was run over by a tank. This mix of plastic and metal, it just feels like you could probably do whatever with it. You could probably place it underneath a rocket when it launches into space and it will still be usable after that. It's just something with the Canon L lenses that, yeah, they feel like they're made to last. And I mean, these lenses were produced mostly in the 90s and they hold up really well even on the used market. So yeah, that's reason number 5 why I love this lens so much. And finally, reason number 6 why I love the Canon 135mm f2 lens so much is the focusing ring. These days, most focusing rings on autofocus lenses are electronically coupled, which kind of sucks because you don't really get that nice manual focusing feeling when you need to do some manual focusing once in a while. With this lens, it's the old good old-fashioned classical way, so when you turn the focusing ring, you actually turn the optics inside the lens. So you have such a nice feeling, the tactile feeling of using this focusing ring. It's so nice, and also the grip here, it's a perfect mix between feeling of quality and still that you have a nice grip. I just love it. Sometimes you just want to use manual focus for whatever reason. The autofocus is not always perfectly reliable, and then it's so nice to be able to use a manual focusing ring that is not electronically coupled. That is another thing I love about the Canon 145mm f2 lens. Have a look at some more sample shots that I've taken with this lens, and yeah, just go get one. You can use the link down below here if you want to purchase one. I linked it on Amazon. So here are some more sample shots. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like, and please do subscribe. I post new photography videos every week. That's it for this video. Over and out. Bye.